It's gonna be a perfect day, a perfect day, a perfect day. It's gonna be a perfect day, a perfect day, a perfect day. Perfect day, perfect day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a perfect day, a perfect day, a perfect day. It's gonna be a perfect day, a perfect day, a perfect day. It's gonna be a perfect day, a perfect day, a perfect day. It's gonna be a perfect day, a perfect day, a perfect day. Perfect day, perfect day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfect day. A perfect day. Perfect day, perfect day, perfect day. Perfect day, perfect day, perfect day.
Well, hello, good afternoon, people. How are you? Good to see you today. Thanks for joining me. I seem to be having streaming problems with YouTube thinking that my line is going down and coming back up. I'm still working at this live streaming thing. Excuse me. I'm hoping you can see me okay. I'm hoping you can hear me okay. And I'm hoping I'm not making the utter fail like I did last time of having the audio come out of one channel, like the left channel or the right channel. So hopefully someone can chime in and say, yes, audio's good, yes, picture is good, yes, 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 yes. And then we can continue on. I'm obviously still working this out. You saw that opening trailer. Hopefully you could hear it in the music and all the jammy whammy, cute little characters and stuff. It's just a test. I'm going to be using that on my other channel when I finally go live streaming there. So you've been guinea pigs, and I'm really sorry. What do we got over here? Let me check out these comments over here. Who do we got cooking over here? Captain Jack, hey man, thanks for all the tests. Test is working. Shane's here. Trevor's here. Trevor retracted an awful statement. It's a joke he and I have. What do we got here? Retro Wolf. Great. Nice to see you, Captain Jack. Pierre, hello from Quebec. Sir, Wendell, great man. Captain Jack, Trevor, Wendell, Pedantic Dan, message retracted. And he's playing the game with me and Trevor. Lexi Lou Productions. Hi, Kevin. I'm just starting out and trying to make my banner for my channel. I've made it already, but I don't know how to save it from Photoshop. Okay, cool. We can go into that in a minute. Slide out of sync. Really? Slide out of sync. Well, that should not be happening. I had a slide out of sync with YouTube the other day on a playback of a live stream. And then when I refreshed the browser, then it was in sync again. I think I quit and went back in and it was in sync again. Really bizarre. I don't understand what YouTube's doing right now. I think everybody in the world's live streaming. Let's take a look at a few more. We got Wendell, Pedantic, Lexi Lou, can see and hear you perfect. Peter, Wendell, Pedantic, Captain Jack, Peter, Curtis Judd. Hello, sir. Sound and picture good. Sound is looking a bit out of sync to picture. Yeah, I'm not doing anything. I'm running the camera into the ATEM Mini Pro, and that's going into the computer and through OBS. I don't have any offset. So as I was just saying, I had that happen when I watched a live stream the other day. Well, I think it was my live stream. I was rewatching it, and it was out of sync. And then I refreshed the browser. I think I quit the browser and refreshed it and watched it again, and it was in sync. I don't know what the heck's going on with YouTube. I really don't. What else we got? Curtis, thanks for joining us. Ravenwolf, thank you. Steve, hey man, thanks. Trevor, I just wrote message retracted if you look closely. Yeah, absolutely. Captain Jack. Do. All good with your sync. Hi, Kevin. Hey, Bad Karma. Hi, man. Steve. Hello, sir. Clap, please, for Curtis. Listen to Curtis. I have a bad habit of not listening to Curtis. I can do that. In fact, clapping is old school. Let's do this. Ready? Now that should be in sync. You had what for breakfast? Don't do it. Okay, Wendell. Good sync. I clapped for Curtis. Streams, Master Judd, probably YouTube. It's Noy. Good to see you here. Oh, he's talking about bad comment. Just enrolled in the university, loving it. So thank you, Kevin, for the thing discount. That really helped. Yeah, you're quite welcome. Okay, yeah, if you're having a problem with out of sync something, I suggest you shift, refresh, or hard refresh your browser. It seemed to work with me. Some people is in sync, some people is not. Anyway, I got a ton of questions about YouTube, and I'm telling them to go take the course. And, you know, some people can't afford it, and I'm a sucker for people who need help. So there was like 30 or 40, maybe 50 questions I had just gotten over the last week about, hey, what about this? What about this? What should I do? What should I do? So I wanted to answer some of those questions because they all fall under the same category. First one that I keep getting hit with is, what do you make off of YouTube? I don't share that with anyone except very dear friends, fellow YouTubers, and people who are enrolled in the course. I am going to be starting a live Zoom only for YouTube Academy course members. Nobody else gets in there. And that way we can talk. We can talk about private things. Well, we're not going to get that private. We can talk about private things like money and what are you doing? And do you have a separate job? Are you trying to do this full time? Here's how much I made in affiliate income. Here's how much I made from the university. Like all these different things that we can talk about behind closed doors that I'm just not going to talk about live because you get little reactions or big reactions from people. One of the first things, that was one of the first questions. The second question is, can you make a living off YouTube? Absolutely. Can you do it quickly? Maybe. I don't think so. There are a lot of gears, as you'll use, you're going to do good. I myself am experiencing this and researching it right now. My video views just recently have gone down, I think since February or March, have gone in half. And recently they've gone a little below half of the normal views. And my ad revenue on YouTube has tripled. I don't know what the heck's going on. Have less people watch it? I don't know. But there's these facets. If you're going to go in, you're going to try and get revenue and live off of as your own source of income. If you want to have a second source of income, sure, go for it. That's your own source of income. First, don't quit your day job if you have one, or your night job. Work it up on the side. It's a lot of work. And work with ad revenue. Now, there's different tiers on ad revenue. You're like struggling along. You got 5,000. You hit that 1,000 mark, and you can monetize, and then you hit like a $10,000 mark and a $20,000 mark. I've recently noticed. Oh, and then there's like a 50,000. I think around 80 or 90 things ramp up, and then you hit just over 100,000. I've had something magical happens over 100,000. I don't know if it's revenue. I make affiliate income revenue, and then I make revenue over at the university, and you can go all over the place. You can watch all these videos, and you could do what YouTube tells you, and you put up end cards, and you do this, and you do 2 videos and 10 videos and 1 video, and they got to be highest of quality. No, they don't have to be highest quality, and all this BS that you go through. Again, I cover this in the course. I'm not trying to sell the course. I'm just trying to tell you, with all these YouTube questions, it's all in the course. I promise you it's all on the course. There's 21 things to do, and all the rest is BS, and you don't do those other things. $20,000 a year, and another guy's working at a job making $20,000 a year, and he's doing better work, and he's producing more than you, and he shows up to work on time, and he works a little extra, and he gets the job done, and you don't, and you're going to complain about the fact that he just is now making double the money you are. It's the same deal. So you need to produce. You need to work at it. The toughest for me was starting out, and the toughest for me was hanging in there. I've been doing this for 8 years. I think Curtis has been doing it for 10 or 11. The toughest was just hanging in there and finding my niche. I'm still working on finding the niche. I'm pretty much settled on people who are new to filmmaking and go over the basics. So those were the couple of questions I had. And other than that, there's a ton more, but they all basically fall under that. Again, go take the YouTube course. It's really cheap right now. And when this thing is over, like when people start going back to work and everything else, I'm chopping that off. I'm going back to the regular discount pricing, because the reason I did that was I worked it all out with a few donations that people have done, thank you, and this and that thing. I was able to stave off for 3 or 4 months my personal income to be able to offer it to people that may be somewhat monetarily challenged. I can't keep doing that forever, so go do it now. Now I'm going to go look at the comments because I want to see what's happening over here, because I see a bunch of stuff scrolling by. Okay, I'm going to go back up, and we had a question. What was it? Photoshop, where are you? I know you're in here. Both channels working fine. Where are you? There it is, Lexi Lou. Hello, Lexi Lou. Lexi Lou says, I just enrolled in the university, so thank you for the discount. It really helped. That's not the one. Where's the Photoshop one? I know there's a Photoshop one. I'm sorry for this. I'm a little... Where is it? It's up here. Oh. Where did you go? Anyway, I'm not going to go into that. There was something about a Photoshop thing. Anyway, you got into Photoshop and you're trying to create that banner for your page and you don't know how to save it. I don't remember what the command is. I think it's export. If you have it the right size, if you Google YouTube and you'll find out what the correct banner channel is when you're in Photoshop. I believe it's Lou. Welcome. Thank you, Lexi Lou, for taking the course. Social Blade. I'm looking. Uh-oh. Curtis Judd. Jedi Mind Trick. Buffering here too. Oh, that sucks. Lots of buffering. Streaming is slow. His stream is dead. I'll just wait until he restarts. My stream on this end is fine. I'm greening. I'm streaming at 10:365. Okay, funny, now he's speaking Japanese. His lips are moving, but the voice is weird, I think. Funkiness in YouTube. Yeah. Everything is fine over here. I promise you everything is fine over here. I have a great stream health. I have 300 up and down. My OBS says I'm streaming great. And YouTube says my stream is excellent. So there's something happening on your end or my end. I don't know. I apologize. Let me keep going. My niche is to start toy photography. Lexi Lou. Hey, that's pretty cool. Toy photography. I don't know nothing about that. I've seen people do it, and it's really cool. And it's basically they, do the toys, and it's lights and photography. And anyway, that's out of my scope, but that's cool. That's kind of a real niche-y thing, which you should choose. Steve Brookfield. I just switched to another computer because I thought my office machine on which I'm watching was doing updates or something. Thank goodness it's not on my end. Hello all. Hey, Andre. Hey, Andre. I made you a moderator, and you come back in, and you're still a moderator. And maybe you can tell me, Andre, if this is out of sync, because some people are seeing it out of sync. Other people aren't seeing it out of sync. I'm streaming great. Everything's going well. Upload bandwidth may be too limited for a 4K stream. I promise you my upload bandwidth is not limited for a 4K stream. I'm streaming at a max of 10 kilobits per second. And I have, right now I think I'm running 300 up and down. There should be no problem whatsoever with that. Close the window. Open it again from my browser history. It's working now. Yeah. Banner saving. Yep. Okay. It's connecting, dude. Now YouTube is reconnecting. It's not OBS. OBS is sitting there streaming like a banshee. if you wouldn't mind bearing with me, I am going to go check something here real quick. Sorry guys, for some reason we have some weirdo stuff going on, and I'm pretty sure it's not on my end. Do. So I'm gonna go test it, make sure it's not on my end. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, it's running a little slower, but with a ping of 5. Let's see the upload, because that's, yeah. See, this is not going to be a problem for me. I'm running a ping of 5. My download is 148.97, and my upload's now running 215, 220, 216. So I don't think that's a problem on my end. I think YouTube's just flipping out for some reason. I noticed a few other streams were having problem, and I know they have good stuff too, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, let me check these comments again. What do we got? Having some trouble getting my green screen lit correctly. Is there a good rule of thumb for exposure of the screen versus talent? Should they be at the same exposure setting? Mike Kelly. They can. Usually the green screen should be just a tad less lit. If you think about it, you're as long as it's evenly lit, there aren't a lot of hot spots and blah, blah, blah. If you think about it, you're going to be pulling this just a little bit, not a lot. You're going to be pulling this person off of that green. And if they're lit the same in their same exposure, if you just a tad less on the green and a little more lit on the talent, you'll get a better key that way. So I would definitely tone that down, but always test it. I mean, environment, lights, things that are happening around you, your camera, the gigabits that you're recording at, the shutter speed, the aperture, like all these things come into play. And the best thing to do is put your green screen up and light the green screen. Make sure there's as least amount of hot spots, at least where your talent are, as possible. And get your talent up there, light them all up and go cool. Or yourself, take a test shot, just a minute or half a minute, bring it into your editor, go in, pull a key and go, wow, something's funky here, the green and it's fringy. Dim down the lights a little bit on the back green screen. Do it again, pull it in, and at some point you're going to go, oh, you're going to get it for your camera and your screen and your lighting situation, to the point where you may go into After Effects and be able to do all sorts of funky stuff with that. But you'll get it to the point, if you keep messing with it and you watch that green screen video I did, it's all in there. At some point you'll be able to go in and just basically click, make a few modifications, and it'll be perfect every time. Thanks for the question. What else we got here? Okay. Lexi Lou. Screen creeps freezing for me too. God, this is really weird. Went buffered on my end. Well, that's really fun. I'm really having a lot of fun that YouTube is doing this. Shiz. Trying to figure out how to tag you now. Trevor. Couldn't cut my hair. Be right back. Okay. Worth it. Skiz, can you tag yourself? I think we're having a conversation going on here. Okay, going back to university to learn. I will watch later. Thank you, Lexi Lou, very much. At war still works. At Shiz, didn't pick it up. Huh. Let me try it. I'm going to try an at Shiz. At Shiz. Oh, yeah, man, it's not picking it up, Shiz. I'm trying to at Shiz you here, and it's not picking up. It may not have gone through. Try capital. Yep, it's not working, dude. The at sign for you must have changed your name. It may take a while to proliferate through the system. I don't know. But it ain't working. Can only copy the Unicode from the name. Blah, blah. Well, I don't know what the hell you're talking about there. First, I thought YouTube was screwing with your name. Could be caused by high Mother's Day traffic. Didn't think about that. There's a site called Mess Letters. You can do a bunch of Unicode thingies. Sorry, I'm back on topic now. I don't care. I don't really care. So, cool. So we've been going along here. I think I'm at, yeah. I've been live playing for a while. I spent probably 20 minutes previewing this to make sure everything was okay, and there was nothing wrong on my end. Any questions about YouTube or any questions about anything? I'll give you maybe 5 more minutes. If you got any questions for me or anyone else, hit me, and I'll check it out. I'm gonna go check out. Excuse me. I'm gonna go over here and check out Mr. YouTube real quick and see what he thinks is going on over here. Oh, YouTube. You do all this live streaming stuff. Live now. Yes, I know. And then you no, just stop. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one we're doing right now. Hey, come on. Let's see it. Yeah, I got excellent condition. My stream health is major excellent. My stream status is excellent. My stream settings are excellent. I have it on normal latency. So this is not a problem. It's not my problem, man. I don't see a problem on my end at all. So if that's happening, I'm really sorry. So yeah, just let me know if you have any other questions. I'll just hang. What's the right balance of ads to run in your videos? Seems like YouTube is pushing ads harder and harder in greater quantity. I'm glad you asked that, Curtis. I sent out a community post. I think it was yesterday. I allowed mid-roll ads, and if you're running a YouTube channel and you're monetized and your video is more than, Curtis knows this, I'm telling this for everybody, and it's like a bit greater than 11 or 12 minutes, I think it's 10, but it's got to be like 11, you could put mid-roll ads in. I did a video, it was about 15 minutes long. I said, okay, I'll do mid-roll ads. I went in yesterday and looked in there, and they chopped an ad in the middle of something and another ad, and I think they put either 2 or 3 ads, and it pissed me off. And I made the video, and I was watching it. And before I had tested this, I tried about 10 to 15 minute video. I've tried 2 ads. At 2 ads, the viewers drop off. At 1 ad, it's okay. So I would say 1 ad. And I would go into, again, Curtis knows this. I've already answered his question, 1 ad. I mean, if the videos, I would do like 1 ad per 15 minutes, 2 ads for 30 minutes. I would keep it to that. I went in and tested this and found out that the viewership drops off. If you do an ad at like 9 minutes and then you do an ad at like 12 minutes. There was one YouTuber, I'm not going to mention him, his was really great video I was watching, and went along and there was an ad and then about 5 minutes and an ad at about 5 minutes and an ad about 5 minutes. I finally blew out of the video. It ticked me off, and it'll tick people off. And then also going into the editor, YouTube will just randomly throw it in. So the next thing we're going to cover is the secret of the universe, and it's ad, blah, 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 blah. Or they cut you off in the middle. You can go into the YouTube editor, and if you go into the video itself, you know how to get to your own videos, and then you pick the video, and on the left-hand side there will be editor, and you go in there, and you'll see these little white marks for where they're placing ads in there. Just delete all of them except one, and then go in and zoom in on this thing and find a really good point around 9 or 12 or whatever minutes, and just move it and then test it, and you'll be good. I'd say 1 ad. I would say no more than 1 ad per 15 minutes. I tested this before I knew YouTube was going to start putting in 2 and 3 ads, and the drop off was 1 ad per 15 minutes. Currently, that's the stats I got. I hope that answers your question, sir, and thank you for asking it, because it's going to be super useful to everybody else. What else we got here? Where's Curtis? Curtis, there we are. Unicode, blew my mind. Back on topic. Balance of ads, that was Curtis's thing right there. What do you think about this microphone? If you haven't checked it out yet, I've got one on Amazon for $26. Oh, that's Bad Carmen asking Curtis. Okay. Curtis, again, any intel on whether the in-video ads pull viewers away? Yes, they do. I think I explained it. You're talking about the mid-roll ads. Yes, they do. They go bye-bye. One ad, most people, if like your channel, like people are really devoted to you, man. They'll really watch your videos. And if they're going along at 9 or 10 minute mark and there's an ad, it comes up and they go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they skip it. Or some people watch it. But when it comes up again, yeah, it pulls them away. It pisses people off. You spent a lot of time on your original YouTube course on channel naming, but not as much in the new course. Is it still of a big deal? Oh, that's a good question, Mike. Here's what happened. Like, Curtis was really smart when he started his channel 10 years ago, 11 years ago. When I started YouTube 8 years ago, it was very common at the time. Film Riot, Cinecom, Basic Filmmaker. It was very, very common to name. There were a lot of less channels to brand your channel, make your channel your brand, and then really work on the channel naming and the brand and going through all that. Not so much anymore. Because times have changed and there's a gazillion people on there. Everybody's got their brand now. I suggest, as I do in the course, if you already have a name, even if you have 10 or 15 or 20,000 subscribers, I mean, you don't have a name like me, which is like, you just can't even pronounce it. You know, Mike Kelly, blah, what you do, and you're done. And it'll work every time. Captain Jack, question. I had a hard time keeping streaming music running on OBS when I was live streaming. Video worked just fine, but the music would stop after, say, 5 to 15 hours. Do you know of any solutions to stream selected 2? Playlist that can be broadcast with permissions 3. Oh, I see. 1, 2, 3. I got it. So you had a hard time. Let me look at this for a second. You had a hard time keeping streaming music running on OBS when you were live streaming. The video worked just fine, but the music would stop 5 to 15 hours. 5 to 15 hours? Dude, do you know of any solutions to the stream selected playlist that can be broadcasted with permissions? I'm not sure I quite understand the question, Captain. I know if you're trying to do this through OBS, you might want to check. There's a setting in OBS. Let me see if I can do this without things going wonky. This is going to look really weird. Desk 2. Let's go over here. Let's go over here and you get to see the infinity screen. If you go into OBS, yeah, I know. I got all sorts of tech going on here. It's really cool. If you go into OBS and you go into the settings and you go into the output that you're outputting to, watch this. I have 10,000 kilobits per second. You can set it to 8,000 for 4K. You can get away with 2,500 or 4,000 for 1080. If you go into your OBS and this is set at like 30 or 40 or something like that, that may be one of the reasons why the thing is just basically flipping out on you. Could be. Yeah, it could be. I'm not sure. I've never streamed that long. I know iSpike has streamed for 18 hours. If you know iSpike, I've talked about him. You could ask him. Go over his channel and say, dude, what's going on with the music? He streamed straight for 18 freaking hours through a phone. So yeah. I haven't tried that one before. Where are we? There we are. Raven Wolf. Any advice on how to shoot video of a screen LCD having a hard time enough to light the ISO down without glare? Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I saw your email and it was right before I came up here. When you're trying to shoot a computer screen, there's all sorts of things you can do. Obviously, one of the best things you can do to cut down on glare is use an ND filter. You know, the dark things. You put it over the end of your lens. And if you're just sitting there statically with a camera, you could actually take something that's just dark. And then what it'll do is it'll cut all the glare off the screen. The other thing is you can position the screen differently depending on where your lights are. Like that video I did the other day on this little light here. Yeah, there it is. Turn off the chat. This little light here that has now become a permanent part of my laptop because I love it. Please stand by. YouTube is messing around. Now YouTube is saying the connection is back now. That's awesome. YouTube is flipping out. So hopefully this isn't cutting out. Again, use an ND filter, which really cuts down on glare. Also, you can turn off all the lights and position the screen and just use the light from the computer and film that because it's got light. I've done that. I did that on my other video. I just turned them all off, pointed the camera at it, and I was done. I hope that answers your question. If not, send me a picture. You have my email of what you're doing and show me what you're trying to do and we can figure it out. How about that? Martin. Hey, Martin. What have you been up to this week, Kev? Oh, what have I been up to this week? I'll tell you what I've been up to. I've been doing stuff like this. This is all the stuff I got to do for all the different things I got to do. And that's what I've been up to this week. And I've been pretty buried, dude. Really, really buried. Let's go back to here. Oh, did I lose my comments window? I did, and that's kind of poopy. Stream health is excellent. Looks like we're okay. Let's pop that chat out. Wow, man. This thing is just going freaky. I don't know what YouTube's doing. I don't know what's happening with YouTube, but it's doing some really, really, really weird stuff. Some really weird stuff. I don't get it. Okay. Hello, YouTube. Okay. Where were we? La 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 la. Sorry. Yep, we were there. Any advice for how to shoot a video of an LCD? Yeah, we covered that, I hope. And how many here have premium YouTube account? I don't use YouTube Premium. I like seeing the ads. I like seeing what they're putting on there. That's me. I think YouTube Premium is pretty cool because you don't get ads. Steve, I joined YouTube Premium about 6 weeks ago because I was fed up of YouTube ads ruining everything I watched. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And, you know, I had somebody ask me in one of my live streams, it was like, hey, does that hurt the creator? Not at all. You get YouTube Premium, and what it does is it divvies up YouTube Premium money to the people whose videos were watched by the person with YouTube Premium. I might go there, but I like seeing the ads. I like seeing what's being advertised on my channel and what's advertised on other people's channel. But yeah, it's a good idea. Better is sponsorships, but it obviously will make you biased. I'm not sure what is that a response to Curtis or me. I stay away from sponsorships because really it's a deep dark hole. I've had a number of companies come and wanted to do some sponsorships with me. What a deep dark hole, and it's back and forth, and they try and talk you down. If I had 1 million subscribers and I was, you know, dropping a video with 100, 200,000 every time, yeah, I could probably name my own price at this point. No, it's too much of a pain in the butt if I get someone to sponsor me. Plus, you're getting into bed with one person. My math so far over 8 years has any sponsorship or sponsored video that I've done or sponsorship that I've had, any video, because you're like you do a sponsor. Let's say I know you're talking about a sponsorship like Coca-Cola sponsors my channel. That'd be awesome. Hey, this is brought to you by Coca-Cola. I did that once for a company. Did a little sponsor thing for them. It was a sponsored video. You can't advertise. You can't give affiliate links. They're determining everything. So they paid me for that video. It was pretty good money. And then the video sat out there and I got 50 and 60 and 80,000 between the video playing, the ad revenue, all the affiliate links I would have got. I would have made 5 times as much. That's me. Sponsors are great if you can pull it off. I don't like it. Wendell, ScreenFlow, not on premium, went with YouTube Prime. Cool. Ravenwolf, I haven't joined premium. I want to see what the experience for those who aren't. Yeah, I'm with Curtis on that one. I'm the same way. I want to see the experience. Like what happens with a user when they watch my videos. I watch my own videos and go, wow, look at this ad. I'll go incognito and on Chrome. And I'll watch one of my videos. What kind of ads? That's how I found out I had like 2 or 3 ads in the middle of a video. And went, what the hell? Talking mics, cool, blah, blah. If you put a sponsored ad in your video, do you still enable YouTube ads in that video? Oh, if you put a sponsored ad into your video, what you're supposed to do, not everybody does it, but what you're supposed to do, if the video is sponsored and the ad is sponsored in your video, you're supposed to say that the video is sponsored. You're supposed to tick a mark on your video, which means that you're not going to get any ad revenue and that the video is sponsored, and actually will throw up a little message. That's what you're supposed to do. Sometimes a lot of times people don't do that. If you just put a little insert, like, hey, this particular video is brought to you or is being sponsored by Shutterstock and they have great blah, blah, blah and everything else, and then you move along. No, you don't have to hit that sponsored button because you're putting in a sponsor insert, kind of like an ad. It's not the video is being sponsored. So that's what I'm talking about, sponsored. I have people come to me, we'll pay you $1,000 to do a sponsored ad for us. Now you got to go through all the work of shooting it and editing it and uploading it, and then you go to them and they have to approve it. And, I just hate it. But yeah, little sponsored ad in the beginning. You can enable ads in there. Now, if you put a lot of little sponsored ads in there, you're not going to get a lot of ads put into your video because the people who are going to YouTube saying I'm giving you money doesn't want to put ads on your video because you're already sponsored by someone else. It's a balance. Unless you got a lot of subscribers and a lot of viewers, it doesn't really matter right now. Go test it out and have fun with it, right? Okay, we're talking that. We're talking about mics. There's Captain. The video you watched with ads every 5 minutes is someone using a bot farm. There are bots that will watch your videos regardless of numbers of ads. I'm not sure I get this. The video you watch with ads every 5 minutes is someone using a bot farm. There are bots that will watch your videos regardless of... I'm not sure what we're talking about. The video I watched was mine. And it had a bunch of ads stuck in there with YouTube. And it kind of pissed me off and I fixed it. The other one I was watching was by a YouTuber. It wasn't... Yeah, the one I watched was by another YouTuber and they had ad everything. I don't know if you're saying bots are putting ads into videos. I don't think that's the case. I don't think they can do that. I think YouTube would kill them. HTTZ. Your stream looks good on my iPhone 11. Well, that's good. Took a lot of time and bought a lot of bandwidth and bought tens of thousands of dollars of equipment. So my videos can look good on a small phone. I'm joking. That's good though. Wendell, yes, I'm not a fan of ads in the middle of the video. I don't mind them. Like if I were watching Curtis's video and I came across an ad, it would tick away for a few seconds if I was interested in the ad. And I'm interested in ads because they're trying to communicate. And sometimes they get a laugh at what they're advertising. By the way, these ads playing at the beginning of my videos and other people's videos where they put up a phone, there's some dude there. Hey, you know, you should do, and it sounds terrible. I just don't get it. I don't know why they're spending the money. Okay. People don't mind sponsorships too much. Wow, this thing just blew away from me. Oh, it's gone, it's back, it's glitchy, and it... Okay. Affiliate linking. Wow, I just lost. This thing just jumped to heck. And people don't mind sponsoring. Shiz, pay for premium. Captain Jack, talking. Curtis, you do your tests on microphones in your videos. How do you test for background noise? Yeah. Retro Wolf, Skiz, back, tech. It's glitchy. Oh yeah, that's how I. Okay, Curtis is talking about microphone stuff. Less obtrusive. I think less obtrusive is affiliate linking or Patreon if you set it up correctly. Like I like Camera Conspiracies, Casey, you're allowed to donate $1 a month or YouTube subscription. Yeah, I agree. For me, I like affiliate linking. It's very unobtrusive. Like Curtis, I try not to review anything that sucks. I don't know about Curtis. I probably do know. I'm going to assume with Curtis, but I get hundreds, and I mean hundreds of stuff thrown at me all the time per week, sometimes more than that. Can you review our $29 mic? Can you review this thing? Can you review that? Like that light I just did. If it wasn't BenQ, I was like, it's BenQ, and they make awesome monitors. Hey, can you review this light? And I'm like, They sent it to me like 4 or 5 weeks ago, and I thought, okay, I need to like either send it back to them and review it or not. And I tested it out, and it was awesome. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. But usually I just reject all that crap. But yeah, affiliate, you can make a lot of money doing affiliate stuff. You really can. And if you start now, like if you're starting a channel, you have a low count channel. If you start now, making sure you're set up with affiliates, making sure you're doing other things I say in the course, making sure you're doing those videos and you don't give up, eventually your channel's going to grow because there's 7 billion people in the world. And if you do the math, I think I did this in the YouTube course. There's 7 billion people in the world. And to get 150 or 200,000 subscribers, that would be like you living in a town of 30,000 people and only knowing 3 people. It's not hard. You just have to be persistent and keep doing it. And it takes time. Just like, I'm going to go be a doctor. No, you're going to go to 12 years of college and then you're going to be a doctor. Anyway, that's a good question. When you turn your head towards the screen, we lose your voice. Really? How's that? That's interesting. You shouldn't be losing any voice because I'm sitting here and I'm watching my meters over here and there should be nothing. YouTube's doing something. I wonder if YouTube's doing we're going to test some stuff on my little channel over here. Sorry about that. Let's see what else we got. Subscribe to Gerald Undone and Caleb Pike. Yeah, they're both awesome. Curtis, I'm looking for the max RMS level of the silence to be under -60. Oh, yeah. Curtis is doing all this sound stuff, which is awesome. I go back and rewatch these videos, and then I look at Curtis's comments, and I learn stuff. I think Gina streamed for 24 hours. Nice. Okay. Polarizer filter. Yep. Is that the basis? I think that's the sound thing. Yeah, I'll chit-chat with Spike. He's got the music streaming to a science. He does. 15 hours of streaming is nothing. I've streamed for over 500 hours straight. Any movies you still have waiting to be watched or series? I'm right now watching the name of something on Amazon, and I remember what it is, and somebody here turned me on to it, and I forget what the name is. My wife and I are watching that. Curtis, what's your schedule look like on a typical day as a full-time content creator? As you know, I really love what I do. I will get up anywhere between 4 and 7 a.m. I will spend at least, I'm trying to get more of a schedule in because I got a pile full of reviews, as you know. But when I get my structure under, my content looks like between 4 and 7 a.m. I get up in the morning, I'll have some coffee or some breakfast or something. I sit down and I write out what I'm going to get for the day. Then I work till 12. I go back and get lunch, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. I'm doing Twitter. I'm doing various things like that. And then I'll work till 5 or 6. I try not to work at night because my wife comes home She does yoga, and then my wife comes home, and then I try and devote my life to her at that point. And I do that 6 days a week. Yeah, that's pretty much it. They want contracts. They want to cheese you down on the money and back and forth. And they want this. And you need to put our link above the fold and do this. Hey, you didn't do that. Hey, can you go back and change the links because we did this? It's a royal pain in the ass. Right now, I have a new thing where somebody asked me, we want you to do a full-time sponsorship review thing just for us. And I go back to them, and I usually, depending on the company, the more expensive the item is, the less I charge. But the less expense the item is, the more I charge. Somebody comes, we have this $29 microphone and blah, 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 and it's awesome, and we'll do this. We're an Amazon seller, and we want to pay you a ton of money to just do a video dedicated to it. I go $5,000, and I never hear from them again. Which is great. And then somebody comes along and goes, yeah, we got this, $120 thing and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'll do it for $2,500. And it's usually no. The worst is video editors. I don't want to learn a new video editor. If someone like Aperture came along and said, hey, we would love to give you their new replacement for the Mini 20D lights and have you do a video, I'd be like, absolutely. I won't charge you a penny. I like good stuff. By sponsorships, I mean an embedded 60-second ad. Yeah, I've done it. I've done it. I've done okay on it. Usually if somebody says they want me to embed a 60-second ad, I tell them it's got to be 30 seconds. Anywhere from 15. The way I handle it is I go anywhere from 15 to 30-second ad. I'll do it. I'll mention it and everything else, $500. If they're like, well, we can only afford, we were thinking less than that. Well, what were you thinking? Well, maybe, 150. Well, what do you think about 250? Blah, 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 blah. And I just go $500 and they're like, okay. Besides, as Curtis knows, we make so much money. We're just rolling in it. We don't need sponsors. Like Film Riot did with Domain.com. Yeah. And that's cool, and they did that with Domain.com, but what they did was they signed up for consecutive videos over and over and over and over with Domain.com. They got paid a bunch of money for every time they did it, and they had 1 million freaking subscribers. So when you get 500,000 or 1 million subscribers, you just name your price. Just go out and say, yeah, I'll do it. I'll tell you what, pay me $2,000 a month, and I'll mention you in every video. They paid Film Riot a lot of money to do those. It worked for them. I don't like it. Maybe I'll change my mind at some point. Would you advise changing my YouTube name, e.g. Stephen Ewert, musician? I haven't looked at your channel, Stephen, or maybe I have. I wouldn't. Here's when think about the impression when somebody sees your name. Here's my impression. Stephen Ewert, musician. Okay, you're a musician. Awesome. Later. It doesn't do anything for me. If it was Stephen Ewert, cellist, I'd be like, I wonder what he's all about. I'd come look at your channel. Stephen Ewert, mixing specialist, or audio something, or After Effects expert, or master something, because musician's too broad. It doesn't make me want to go to your thing. You know what? I thought I had gone and looked at your channel, dude. I really did. Stephen Ewert, fencing. Don't you hate when people have your name too? Pfft. Nobody has my name, which is why I didn't use it. I see fencing. I see Stafford Old, keys and vocals. That may be you. I think this is you. Stephen Ewert, StephenEwert.com. I'll show you what I'm looking at. plays with Motion 5, Final Cut Pro, recording, digitalizes in Korg. I think, yeah, this is you. This is you. So I go through here, go through these and go, do you want to, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who this guy is. This guy, we know who Gerald Undone is. That's why. I don't know who this guy helps as far as I can see this spinning. YouTube is really flipping out today, dudes. Wow. Hopefully you can still hear me. It says excellent condition. That's what I would do, Stephen. Maybe we should do this, and here's a contract. Blow them off. That's my opinion. But usually they're like, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll pay you. Don't like sponsors. One day I may be kicking myself in the butt. Captain. Talking about ads. Pardon me. We're talking about ads. I watch ads from my former boss's videos on a clean browser to see what the ads are showing on her channel. We had an issue with some competing ads. Yeah, totally. Interesting. What about free gear? I think that's sponsored because items have monetary value, right? So even if they're free and you can give your unbiased opinion, they're still sponsored. I disagree. It can be like that. I mean, they're still sponsored, but again, I choose what I want to review, and I choose what I want to review because I think that I'm going to use it, screen bar, and that other people want to know about that and may potentially want to use it too. I've been offered to do free potato chips and underwear and bras and panties. And gear and microphones and sets and sound booths. I've been offered all that stuff, and I'm like, no one's going to be interested in buying that or purchasing that. So from a sponsorship, and I know I'm splitting hairs, I think like Curtis too, I'm not going to review something I don't like and I don't think people can use. They give me free gear. So they give me, I don't know, let's say Sony, my favorite headphones, the MDR-V6s. Let's say Sony, and they didn't. Let's say Sony gave me these headphones and asked me to review them. I would ask me to review them. I would review them because I like them and they're awesome. I wouldn't review them because the $96 I'm going to save. I will make it's $96. If I reviewed these headphones and did a good job and had affiliate links, and I want to make way more than $96 off of it. USB, it'll just sit there lit. See, from a new viewpoint, that's what I would do, and that's the way I would review it. So yeah, and I get what you're saying, but it's not really sponsored. Like Aperture is saying, like I have had Aperture give me lights to review, and I have not reviewed them. Case in point, I love these lights, the Mini 20Ds. They give me a full kit, and I won't review them because the fans are really loud. And I wouldn't suggest them to other people because the fans are really loud. So I didn't review them, and they know that. And Aperture and other good companies will sometimes just send stuff will show up at your door, and you're like, they don't care whether you review it or not because it's worth it to them. Anyway, that's a whole nother discussion. I spent too long on that. I'm not trying to make you wrong or tell you you're not wrong.